At Raising Canes, we know lots of people want the recipe for
What is up? What is up? What is up? It is Jessica Star, and welcome where? Welcome to MTV Cribs. What is up, y'all? So listen, first of all, let's start off with me saying I've been vlogging for the last 3 days, and this almost ended up becoming like a part of my last vlog, but I said, no, let me make this its own individual, vlog. And I do have a story time for y'all, but before we even do that, let's just go ahead and cut to the chase before we get to eating. Another nail broke. What the f do you mean? Raising Cane's confirmed your order. How y'all just now confirming my order, and I don't put this order in about like 15-25 minutes ago? What are y'all doing? Girl, can y'all hurry the with my food? No shade, because I already had enough of time run-ins with DoorDash. Hurry up with my food. Anyway, bitch, because I'm about to have a Lunchable at this point. But regardless of that, yes, y'all, I broke another nail. I cannot believe I broke another nail. No shade, it's crazy. But anyway, so I just finished having a wine date, and I just finished having a massage that never happened. So in the next video of the 3-day vlog that's gonna go out probably after this video, because it's probably gonna take me less time to edit this video than the other video, I'm gonna be sitting over here talking about some massage that's supposed to be happening, right? The massage never happened. I never got a massage from this guy. Long story short, what happened was he came, and I'm gonna get into the specifics of him and how he reminded me of a few of my exes, and how you could just spot the red flags as soon as possible so you know what not to get into and what to get into. First of all, this guy and I, we started talking. I'm not going to say where we started talking, but we started talking. And long story short, I told him I love massages. He's like, hey, I'm going to come over. I would love to give you a massage. Originally, he was supposed to be coming over yesterday. But I was in the middle of doing my hair. He said that something was going on with his car, and he had to take it into a shop. So it got postponed to today. Which, thank the heavens above, okay, and hell below, that he came when he did. Because I needed to finish my hair, which y'all see, my hair is finally done. I got the black bust down. What's that? I'm not going to say it's messy, because it really isn't messy. But it's not as straight as I had it earlier because of certain reasons and certain things. No shade. But I'm not going to lie, I am tired, and I need my food to hurry up because I'm about to go to sleep on myself. Exhausted on myself, so I'm like hoping for this food to hurry up. It's this tall guy. He's like 6'2", 6'3". He has like a slim build, but he has some muscles, and he has tattoos, and he's very masculine, like cowboy masculine. He came in with some bootcut jeans and like a hat that said Texas. And he had like a cute accent. He had these blue eyes. He was really cute. He had abs in his stomach, but he was like a slender type of muscular. Like with clothes on, he just looked like a tall, semi-built man with tats. You can't see the tattoo, but semi-built man that looks country. When he takes off his jacket, you see his tattoos, and then you see his muscles. Then he takes off his shirt. And this is for entertainment purposes. Then he takes off his shirt, and you look at his abs and his slime. Oh my God, let me show y'all what I got. So I got me Dr. Pepper. Obviously, y'all know how I feel about my Dr. Pepper. And I got, oh, this is heavy. I didn't get the coleslaw. I've never had this before. I got extra fry. I asked for an extra piece of toast, but whatever. I got extra fry, Texas toast, and some chicken tenders. God, Mary, Jesus, Joseph, draw me upon my love to the food that I'm receiving. Amen. Let me heat it up first. I'm gonna try my hardest to refrain from getting the ketchup in the ranch. That's in there. If I had Wingstop ranch, oh, you know, I'm pulling it out. Which Wingstop need to make their own ranch. Do they have their own ranch available? Because if they do, we gonna have to make something happen on my side. For real. Let's try a little Dr. Pepper. Oh. If y'all don't like Dr. Pepper, something wrong with y'all on my side. Oh. Oh my God. Let's get into the other one. I should have got like an extra sauce or something. I got 2 things of sauce, but I think I probably should have got more. Oh my God, it's official. I really got Raising Cane's. Like, what's up? Like, okay. I am super excited to have the Raising Cane's finally. I am so ready. Okay, so we got the Raising Cane's. I'm really excited. Let's try the Texas toast. I need my other piece of toast for real. Because this tastes way too good. Let's try the sauce. I've never tried this sauce before. Wow. I've never really been like a sauce type of girl. Up until recently. Oh, let's do a thumbnail. Okay. Let's try the chicken. This smells like it's cooked for real. Oh my God. You know it's tea when you still doing this and your nail broken. But anyway, okay, so as we eat, because after this I'm taking my makeup off and I'm going to bed. Let me tell y'all. So like I said, this guy was supposed to be coming over to give me a massage. Long story short, he came over. He did bring the wine, the Pinot Grigio. Any guy that comes over, I always tell him to bring over wine. I love wine. And don't be having no man come over empty-handed. Empty-handed? Don't be having no man come over empty-handed, ladies. Y'all heard that crunch? Don't do that. It sets the tone. That is not in your favor on my side. But nevertheless, he came over and we cracked open a bottle of wine. We started drinking, we sat, we talked for a little bit, and before you know it, we got to business. Now, if I was to rate us, our time, he just messaged me actually. If I was to rate our time, and y'all know what I mean when I say rate our time, I would give it, first of all, I said, hold on. And then it was like, I said, damn. That shit was like, when I talk about, just think about a watermelon. A long ass watermelon. And you know, sometimes I have this thing, and he's very dominant. You know, very, very, very dominant. But sometimes I have this thing with a lot of men, and I don't know if other trans women do this, or other trans women go through this. I go through this thing with men that when they see some of the things that I post, and y'all know what I mean when I say some of the things that I post, they have in their mind where they, even though they're dominant, they want me to, you know, be dominant and make them submissive. Wow. The fact that somebody said this is overrated, and it probably was me because I never had it before, but whoa. I would think that this would be rated more. Because on DoorDash it's like 4.4. Y'all, look at the fucking nail. Could y'all believe that? Wanna buy it? Wanna buy it? You wanna be this young? Oh, this sauce is good, y'all. Next time I'm ordering extra sauce, for real. Because we got a couple tenders that I'm about to be done. But anyway, so, the crazy thing is, that was funny about this guy, we got into it, like he was talking like he wanted me to kind of like be dominant along with him. But as we proceeded, he must have enjoyed my submissive side so much, because he was like, oh, I changed my mind. I kind of just want to keep being dominant with you. And this might be too much, but I asked him to like a little bit, you know, only because it was the muscles, the tattoos, the blue eyes, the body. I said, you could just, and you know what he said? He said, no. He's like, I don't want to like lose control. I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to be overboard. Like, he was sweet for real, for real. So if I was to rate it, honestly, I would give him a 7. And the reason why I would give him a 7, and not anything higher, is because one of my biggest pet peeves is, don't tell me how you have this idea of me dominating you while you're dominating me. That turns me on. It was like, I don't like that. Like, just be a man, for real. But this moves me to my next point. Tell me why after we just chilled, we started talking, and honestly, no shade, ladies, y'all gonna have to understand. And then to my queens, my gay men out there too, take note. there's a whole different type of flow and a different type of conversation that a man is going to give you before y'all have the fun, and then after y'all have the fun. Before y'all have the fun, they just gonna be sweet. They gonna say whatever they need to say to make sure you don't get rubbed the wrong way and stuff. Then they go ahead and go in for, once you did your little 1, 2, 1, 2, that's when they go in for the kill. That's when you get a chance to know who they truly are. That's when the mask slips. And as he started talking, I said, oh, you really are a macho man. And the type of man that I mean when I say macho men, it's like they want the women to really be fully submissive, meaning like, shut up, sit down, do this, do that. And he was like, yeah, some women, they want a traditional man, but they don't know how to be a traditional woman. And I'm like, red flag. Can I be honest? I'm over here saying red flag, but when you really sit and think about it, he's not wrong. And all of the men that have ever said that to me, I don't think they're wrong, to be honest. At first, I used to, because one of my exes used to say that a lot, like, oh yeah, you want a traditional man, but you don't want to be a traditional woman. And that's kind of true, but for me, but at the same time, as me being a woman, I'm realizing, see, now I'm a Libra, so I know both sides. The thing with men is they say something that sounds like it makes sense, but they don't understand that women like myself, we're gonna dive deep into it to not only understand it, but we just so happen to debunk it. And let me get to that real quick. Men say, yeah, women want a traditional man, but they don't want to be a traditional woman. Okay, when you think about it, what did a traditional man do? They worked, they provided, they stayed loyal, and they stayed faithful. Behind closed doors, they cheated, but shit, the women did too. But those were like the main components. Traditionally, what did the woman do? They had to stay in the house. They had to cook. They had to clean. They had to go through with sexual acts. They had to be loyal. They had to be faithful. When a man spoke, they had to shut up. They had to. So when we think about the difference of the traditional, lifestyle of both, honestly, a traditional man is just a respectful man that respects his wife, and that is a loyal man, and that's going to be a man. I think the only difference is women nowadays, it's not like, okay, we're not being a traditional woman and we can't get a traditional man. No, we're not being traditional women because the traditional women didn't have as many rights as the women as we do now. So yeah, it's always going to be not on the same playing field. Yeah, so I do feel like non-traditional women do deserve a traditional man, period, point blank. And anybody that says that, they don't think about what we had to go through as women. And I'm not saying that men have it easy either, because they had to work hard and they still have to work hard, but that's just what being a man is. It don't got nothing to do with the tradition. So when men be like, yeah, women want a traditional man, but they don't want to be a traditional woman. Yeah, hell yeah, we're not going to be a traditional woman. And if you mean to tell me you can't be a traditional man, which are the main components of just being a man, plain and simple, and not being looked down because you're a man, and being respected because you're a man, absolutely. You want me to be a traditional woman? Why would you want me to be a traditional woman when you knew the woman just had to sit at home and did nothing, had no opinions? Most traditional women were submissive and had no opinion. Any man that deals with a woman that has no opinion, that's a completely submissive, they disrespect them, they lie to them, they cheat on them. Half of the time, they don't even lie to them. They play in their face up close in person, and they be honest about it. And they don't respect traditional women. People don't understand. No man, especially traditional man or non-traditional man, because there's really no difference as opposed as it is, with women, because there's a whole big difference between a non-traditional woman and a traditional woman, as opposed to a non-traditional man and a traditional man. They're both the same to me. Let me not talk too much about that because my food gonna get cold. Anyway, so we had that talk. And I promise you, one thing I learned, and be smart, girls. If a guy's coming over as a guest, you catch my drift? Here, get a bite. I'm gonna share my opinion, but I'm not debating. And one thing I realize about when it comes to that, whether I'm in the house or not, unless I'm in like a hall, you know, and it's like a debate team thing, I'm not debating no man with that. And you'll waste your time. Especially if you're a woman. Because a lot of women don't realize this. Men need women more than women need men. So you really could be a bitch and just really not give a fuck and be like, oh wow. You know, and obviously it comes with good understanding, but a lot of men that have that type of ideology and they don't think far enough to understand what I just explained to you, that a non-traditional woman is not the same as a traditional woman, as opposed to a non-traditional man being the same as a traditional man. They're not debating you on that topic. They're debating you on something else, but that's hidden behind that topic. And most of the things that men don't like, when they hide behind that type of topic, they don't like the fact that they have it as hard as they do. But that's not a woman issue. That's just a society issue. The same society that, you know, made women feel like they weren't shit for so long. And yeah, the same thing is done to men, but at the same time, hey, you know, fight the power if that's the case. Ain't nobody stopping you from fighting the power, but stand up, you know, but stand up to the same people that made you feel like that. Stand up to the same government. Don't stand up to women that, you know, that's not our fight. We can only stand up for what we believe in. And your personal argument against society is your own personal argument against society. That don't got nothing to do with us. We all fighting for our own respect. Each of us. Because we all have a walk of life that a part of society don't respect. And it is what it is. You know? But don't turn that frustration towards us. Damn, I'm running out of fuss. But so yeah, just I don't one thing about it, and I made it very clear, and I had to kind of learn from doing it a couple of times, not to ever debate no man, especially no man that's a guest in my apartment. And it's for several reasons. Safety reasons. And that's the main reason. You know. And then you don't want to get into a conversation that's just going to be a back and forth. Because people, especially men and women too, get very, very, very ugly in conversations like that. And yeah, conversations like that need to be had, don't get me wrong. But it's a time and place. You know what I'm saying? It really is a time and place. No shade. Damn, this makes me just want to order some more sauce real quick. This is good. And if you don't know the time and place, or the time or place to really dive deep into that conversation, girl, you're part of the problem. It's just not these men. If you don't know how to approach a conversation like this, or have an intelligent conversation, and you get upset and you get wrapped up and you start talking fast and you're not ready for it. And somebody should have sat my ass down and told me that in the last couple of relationships, I tried to scream on top of the rooftops and say things. Because it's like, when it's so personal that when you get so upset, you can't even think straight. Because you start to think to yourself, oh my God, this person doesn't even want me to be me. Like, what does this person mean? Like, it automatically become like an attack thing. Because back in the day, when I used to hear men say that, yeah, you know, women want a traditional man, but they don't want to be traditional. I would be so infuriated, but I wouldn't even know why I would be upset. But it took for me to understand his point, for me to understand why I disagree with it. Sometimes you can disagree with something, but if you get so upset with just how everything sounds and you know it doesn't rub you the right way, you won't even understand why you agree. And then you start talking out of your ass and nothing good come out of it. Because all you know is, yeah, I hate this person. He's a douchebag. I can't stand him. But like I said, if your brain works like mine, then sometimes it might take for you to understand somebody's point, for you to understand why you disagree with it. This is so good. That's why it's okay to listen. Just because the next person is talking more than you don't mean that they're winning the debate, or don't mean that they're winning the argument. And it definitely doesn't mean that your truth is being taken away from you, but you have to know what your truth is. You know what I'm saying? Even if you know why you disagree, you need to listen a little bit more. And if you don't feel like you're going to be able to get all your points out as clear as you want to, listen. Don't. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. I see your point. And then something happens. When as soon as you say, oh yeah, I see your point, boom. Something in you is like, okay, I see your point, but this is why I can't see it. Because something inside of you is gonna, if you really naturally feel like you disagree with somebody, those answers are gonna come. You just gotta let them flow. But don't start responding with no talking points, just because sometimes it takes more than just common sense to have a conversation and to get your point across. Because what's common to you might not be common to the next person. And it's not about a person negating your feelings. It's just about you not saying the right strong points to that person for them to understand. And hey, you might be a person like me that, bitch, I don't really give a fuck if you understand. Because my life is still going to go on. As yours is. And if you disagree with my take and I disagree with your take, you just stay in your lane, I stay in my lane, I find the people that agree with me, and we keep it moving. That's what life is about, no shade. But it gets tricky when you just need, it smells so good, when you just need people to understand you. And it gets easy when you don't give a fuck if somebody understands you or not. You understand what I'm saying, Jessica Star? Yes, I understand exactly what you're saying, boo. High five, bro. So, hey. But anyway, I got up on a tangent. So, after that, we hung out. And I'm not gonna front. He cute, got a good piece, brung over wine, got some muscles, got some tattoos. And he has a good old personality. He could low-key be my F-U-C-K buddy. No shade, nothing more. Because he did say something. Actually, he did say something that really bothered me. And I'm like, yeah, no. Even if I wanted to, like, it wouldn't happen. Because he was like, even with women trying to go on girls trip, like, yeah, I'm going to let you just go ahead on your girls trip and be a hoe. Fuck out of here. I said, what? And sometimes, I ain't gonna hold you. It's hard for me to really see attractive guys that got muscles, that got a cute face, that got the jawline, that got the tattoos. That's really attractive, no shade. Be like insecure and territorial. Like it fascinates me, I'm not gonna lie. Cause I'm like, you're like that for real? That's weird. Like, why? Like, and then y'all probably gonna be like, now Jessica, but to me, he seems like a good package. Besides all that extra stuff that are like deal breakers in my book, he seemed like a pretty good package, no shade. So I don't understand why he would even think that somebody would like try to do that. Like, no shade. If him and I was dating and I went on a girls trip, I won't hook up with nobody. I would just wait until I get home. But at the same time, see, I can't say that. Because honestly, as I'm thinking about it, I cheated in every one of my last relationships. And I had no thought about it. I did not care at all. I promise you I did not. And I still don't. No shade. So I can't really say that. Because I ain't gonna hold you, when you have the same DICK, it's boring. It's boring as hell. So, no shade, now that I'm thinking about it, if he ever dealt with a chick like me, and I say girls trip, but see, the thing is, when I think about girls trip, I think about hanging out with my girlfriends, going places and stuff like that. I don't think about going and finding a hookup. Like, that's, like, if it happens, it happens kind of thing. But even with that, like, I do shock myself at how faithful I could be. Like, it really depends on a day. It really does. Like, one day I might be like, oh no, I can't. Like, I got a boyfriend. Then the next day I might be like, he pissed me off right now, so what's up? I don't know. I'm a Libra, you know? So I feel like we have to be, like, really charged up to do something like that. I ain't gonna hold you. I think Libras and Gemini share a lot of common traits because the two twins is literally, to me, it's like the Libra with the scale. One side, one person. A different side, a whole nother person. Then when we're balanced, we're like another person. So I honestly feel like it's like 3 people in a Libra. And it's really not even alter egos. It's like genuinely us. Like, I really feel like some of us are a little like loony. I just want to say thank you, Lord. Thank you, God. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you, love. Thank you, Spirit Gods, for this food. This food was bomb. This food was motherfucking bomb. For this to be as good as it was, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, it was worth the wait. Damn, this was good. I'm still got that I have 4.4 good reviews on DoorDash. Like, y'all bugging. What y'all get? Like, why I got that nasty ass old lady 89-year-old coleslaw? Oh, and the ice is crushed too. When I tell y'all this was so good. Oh, y'all, I really hope y'all like mukbangs, because I'm telling y'all, I love to eat in front of the camera. I really do. No shade. And first of all, if I was to rate this food, $13, $15 out of 10. That's how good it was. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. It's up there with Wingstop. The only difference between Wingstop and Raising Cane's is that Raising Cane's, the food literally tastes so fresh and it's tender. Wingstop, the food, the tenders are fresh, but I'm not gonna lie, Wingstop is always gonna get a higher rating because they have the ranch. The fries, they're aight when they're crispy and fresh. And the garlic parmesan tenders, it's like you can't come close to it at all. Now the boneless wings and all, and the regular wings, the traditional wings, yeah, okay. You could kind of. You could kind of debate that because sometimes even when Wingstop, when you get the boneless, they don't be all the way cooked. But anyway, let me switch out of this side. Okay. So I hope you guys enjoyed this Raising Cane's mukbang. So good. Don't be surprised if y'all see me doing another Raising Cane's mukbang, because this was amazing. $4.99 for the delivery fee, well spent on myself. Because this shit was supposed to cost me like $28. You know how much this shit cost me? $45 with the fees and the taxes and shit. So no, but I ain't gonna hold you. Money well spent, alright? I love y'all so much. I am currently working on the vlog, the 3-day weekend vlog. So stay tuned for that. But I love y'all so much. I love y'all. And I'll see you guys in the next video. I love all my starlets on myself. Starlets, we at. Say bye, King. Say see you later. Say sayonara. Love you.